Hello, everyone, and welcome to Powerful Legacy TV. I'm your host today, 𝗕𝗂𝗏𝗏, with my very special guest, Ms. Kristina 𝗕𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Rob 𝗕𝗂𝗏𝗏 of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. You know, I beat this to death, but I just love Powerful Legacy, and primarily talking about the legacy part of this, right, you guys? Because I know how important it is to you, the concept of passing on generational monies to people's families, right?
It is.
It's huge. And we were talking, you and I, Kristina, about living the same lifestyle after you've gone through a divorce.
You know, when we had that pandemic going on,
Yeah.
I've got to tell you, I've seen more divorces than I think I've ever seen. I don't know what it is about y'all. It's okay for you to be in the same house and you don't have to argue, maybe just separate rooms, but we did see a lot of divorce. This is a very serious subject because it can be just absolutely devastating to your retirement. And speaking of legacy, it's not just about giving money to your family. This is about you. I do have single folks out there that are retired, and it's not about passing the money on to someone else. I hope you spend all of your money. It's your money and you earned it, but let's make sure you're not going to run out of money in retirement. That's the hot topic. And sometimes when you get a divorce, your lifestyle does go through a drastic change, and you can't live quite the way you did when there was a two-income or a dual household, because those expenses are still there, but you have one less income.
Good point. A very good point.
Yes, I've also seen people that have had a spouse pass away, and they have a small life insurance settlement. They think it's a big windfall, so they go out and buy a new house, they go out and buy new cars, and all of a sudden that money is depleted while they're still living their same lifestyle that they were.
Right.
And you've got to adjust. You've got to make those adjustments in your life, just like you would plan for anything else. And it's very important, because we see too many times where people spend their money too quickly, and then they don't have any other reservoir for that money to come from.
Yeah. You know, I love that, Rob, that you're talking about that aspect, because you're saying basically when you get a large sum of life insurance, now more than ever, that's a good time to possibly review and make sure there's a plan for what you're going to do with that money, correct?
Yeah, there always needs to be a plan of action, especially when you come into a significant amount of money. And it could be anywhere from $50,000 to $500,000 to $1 million. But you have to be able to plan for where this is going to go. We just see too many times where it gets depleted too quickly.
Yeah, you know, I'm so glad you brought that up, because my first instinct is probably like y'all's. I'd want to spend it right away. But we got to resist that first instinct right away, right?
We do.
And get some structure and planning going forward. And I think that's incredible advice, incredible advice. Let me ask you guys, how often do you find that people are failing to update, say, important documents? Do you see that quite a bit?
All the time.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I can't believe that people don't take care of that type of business, because when their loved one passes away, it's a mess. Trying to clean all of that up is a mess. And I can't believe the number of people that just don't even know what their spouse had or what their parents had. And I actually have a client, she just messaged us yesterday, and she's dealing with her mother's estate and had no idea all of the money, where it was at, what to do next. And when you come in, folks, you're actually going to have this needs analysis.
Ooh.
This is so easy. It doesn't take us but about 30 minutes to get through it. And we can actually email it to you and let you get a jump start so you know which documents to bring. And that complimentary review, this is not just a come in, we want to see how much money you have and see if we like you. That's not at all how that works. And I do hear that people are going in and that's the way it is. Come in, we're truly going to learn about you. We're going to review your needs. We want to talk about your goals, your hopes, your dreams in retirement. This is very important. This is individualized just for you. So don't hesitate. Go ahead and pick up the phone and give us a call. The phone lines are open, that 877-893-5099. We're ready to take those calls. You're going to get myself, my husband, one of our staff. We're going to answer the phone, get you set up for that review, drop you an email, let you know what to bring, and let's get to it. Let's get you on track.
Yeah, because it's all about family, right?
It is.
It's all in the family. I wanted to ask you something about that questionnaire. Maybe you've never got this question, so
I'm ready.
It just hit me, and I wonder, because I do it myself, you guys, so don't feel bad if you do it. But you know, I go to the doctor's offices, I go to all these places, I'm always filling out these documents. And sometimes I kind of race through them, to be honest with you, Kristina. I mean, this is probably a situation where this is their voice, right? And for you guys to get to know them initially, pretty important to invest a little bit of time in making sure they complete that, right?
It's a really fun process. I actually do it for you and with you. This is not something that I'm going to make you do it all by yourself, because you may not even know the answers.
Great, because I don't like homework.
The hardest question on the entire document, I'm just going to tee this one up right here. The hardest question on the entire document is, how much money do you think you need to be retired? Whoa, is that going to be a monthly amount, an annual amount? What does that look like? And you'll hear all sorts of information. It may be that some source is going to tell you that you need 70 to 80% of your income while you are working in retirement to be successful. I don't think so. I plan to spend more money. I want to play more golf, and I'm sorry, honey, but I do.
Hey,
he likes that idea.
Yes, we do love to golf, so we want to plan to spend more time traveling and enjoying our health when it comes that time for our retirement. And I hear so many people that do that. So you need to have those discussions. Am I going to spend a little bit more in the beginning and then dial it back and conserve? Or what does that look like? Will you have a second home, or maybe sell your big family home and maybe downgrade to a condo so you don't have as much maintenance so you can play more golf?
I like it. I like it. Goal-oriented, right?
Yes.
Because that's what it's about. It's all about having fun, right, Rob?
It is. And you're going to have people, too, that are, maybe they're in Florida and they want to work at a theme park down there part-time just because they get to meet new people. And they have a small revenue stream coming in, which handles their daily activities. They might not need it, but it may be something that's more for their physical well-being and their mental health to continue to work maybe in a different industry than they did before.
Right. And maybe they just want to free up time and be maybe, say, philanthropic or something and put time elsewhere, right? I mean,
that's right.
You know, the bottom line is freedom, a big part of freedom starts with finance.
It does. And I have this T-shirt that my husband so lovingly got me. It says, "I do what I want." That should be the retirement T-shirt for everybody. I do what I want. And it should be. It's what you want in retirement. And if you're not doing what you want in retirement, chances are you're not on track. So again, don't hesitate. Pick up the phone. Give us a call, that 877-893-5099. We're going to get you in the office for that complimentary review. For some of you, this will be a second opinion. We understand you may already have a professional that you've been with for several years, and I know if you're calling that maybe you're missing a piece of information. We're going to find what that is. Make sure you're on track and you're ready to go to have a successful retirement.
Making sure you're on track. That's an important thing. And nowadays with inflation, right, our money's not going as far, right, guys? It's really important to make sure that our plan is on track, right?
It is. I want you to think about 2%. This is such a simple little piece of math, but if inflation is only 2% and it's over 10 years, 2 times 10 is 20. Plus you snowball the compounding on top of that, your money is 20% plus. It's about 28% less of value in 10 years. That's a serious factor that we're going to talk about, and you don't have to know all this math. That is our job, and it's our pleasure. You don't have to know these things. And we have had clients that, remember that lady, she texted us and said, "I feel so bad. I don't feel like I have the knowledge that I need." And that's not the case at all. That's not how it runs.
And typically they know more than they're letting on. And the key factor is you've got to be honest. And some people don't like to talk about their finances. Some people don't like to talk about their health.
That's a great point, Rob.
So we need to be honest. We need to know exactly where you stand. And that way it helps us to help you plan things out.
Yeah, but we know to be true. The conversations they have with you guys is confidential, right? But the bottom line is you have to get to know them in every aspect of their life, really, to help them develop a solid plan, correct?
I think sometimes they tell us more than they tell their physicians. It's kind of crazy how once we get comfortable, you know, we've had that nice gourmet cup of coffee and we're hanging out in our beautiful offices. And we do have offices in Lexington and Louisville.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. So in either one of our firms that you're at, we know you're going to be comfortable. We know you'll be happy. And people always leave feeling so much less stress. I mean, most of our clients or even people that are just coming in to meet with us, they're hugging us when they leave. They're happy. They've had a great experience, and we want you to have that. That's what you should expect. It is a powerful experience, and we're going to leave you feeling that way, because when you know that you're going to have the right retirement, have the right income on track, it is a wonderful feeling.
Right. To Kristina's point, there's a complimentary review, and she's got a special gift.
Yes, we're going to give you a complimentary copy of The Retirement Train. This book is fantastic. I'm hearing so many amazing and raving reviews about how they're just learning information when it's being read. And my husband, I know he read this book. He's my biggest fan. And what did you think about it? What hit you the most?
Well, it was easy to read. It relates to everyone. And you can implement things in that book no matter who you are. So whether you're teaching your kids, your grandkids, on how to start saving
Yes.
or how to start drawing that money later on in life is something for everybody.
Absolutely. Bottom line is, change happens today when you pick up the phone and call to get your complimentary copy, your complimentary review, and just that peace of mind Kristina talked about. You know what that feels like. You know, we call that the moment, right? It feels really good to feel good. 877-893-5099. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these short messages.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Powerful Legacy TV. I'm your host, 𝗕𝗂𝐴𝐺, and thank you for being with us today. It's been a pleasure having you, and it's certainly a pleasure to have Ms. Kristina 𝗕𝐂𝗱𝗏 and Rob 𝗕𝗂𝗏 of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services with us, for just providing us good information to give us the peace of mind. That's what this is about. You know, look, there's enough chaos and disorder in our world that we have to take control of our own personal world by taking control of our own destiny, and that starts with a financial plan. Right? And so I understand, Rob, you guys brought along a nice graphic to help people illustrate 3 phases in their retirement, right?
We did. It's in Kristina's book, and it's different phases that you are, whether you're in contribution, conservation, or distribution. And wherever you're at in that phase, in those phases, you can come in and talk to us, and we can help you determine different outcomes of what you're trying to achieve.
Right. So basically a plan based on where they are and a way forward, right? So bottom line is you don't feel like you're not in a good place, because wherever you are, you are. But knowing where you are helps them to determine a path forward. And that's what we're talking about here, right, guys?
That's right.
Whether they're conserving it, right, or not. I wanted to ask you guys, spending habits in retirement. How important is it for folks to share their spending habits and the importance of maybe how they need to adapt spending habits in retirement? Or do they need to do that, Kristina?
I love talking about spending.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. And it's not just in retirement. I think that's, pre-retirement that you get to. You need to talk about those habits and where you're at. And I think that continues when you are getting close to retirement and into retirement. So communication is going to be the key to everything.
In spending, I think we have a personal contest at our house. Who can order the most from Amazon?
Amazon.
I think that's the contest. No, I'm just kidding. We love the convenience and so many needs, but what does that spending look like when you're in retirement? You can't continue to spend the same way if you have not saved and you don't properly have the amount of money to sustain you through retirement the way that you've been living. So what does that look like? Does your retirement lifestyle need to change? Or maybe you're going to upgrade your retirement lifestyle. I see so many people that will retire, especially if you're in your early 60s. This is the most fun. I see people that are traveling. We call them the go-go years. So you're out there going around the country, maybe traveling the world, seeing all the things that you just didn't have the time for because you've been so busy working, raising your family, taking care of the things that you needed to live. So now it's time to shift that over. Let's have an amazing destination retirement. And the retirement train, when we're talking about that, it's so fun to go chapter by chapter, but here's that graphic again that we just had up. And no matter where you are in retirement, if you're talking about being in the peak of your career, how much should you be saving? If you're not having that conversation with somebody, you don't have a professional, again, you need to be picking up the phone and giving us a call. That complimentary review, it applies to you no matter what stage you're in.
Can I ask you guys a question? I understand that you recently were highlighted as a power couple in this magazine, Tops Magazine. Tell me a little bit about that journey and how did that come about?
Getting to be a power couple. How fun is that our business is Powerful Legacy? But yes, just a wonderful honor in our little community there in Lexington and in Louisville that we got to be a power couple. And I think that it really defines us because we care so much about helping others. I think that's what we want to come out through, I guess, all of our description of who we are and how it is and
we work
being in
hard.
business.
We work hard for ourselves. We work hard for you. And we don't work hours. We work until the job's done. And it's interesting to see because different cases or different clients have different challenges. And we take it home with us. We sit there and try to figure out the puzzle at home. And we look for different products and we bounce things off one another. And that's one of the things that makes this so much fun. So it's a great honor.
Yeah.
But it's more of us having fun and learning and growing together.
Yeah.
Well, what makes you a power couple? I think if you're powerful on your own as individuals and then you put us together, that's where it becomes really awesome.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And that's probably one of my favorite parts about working with my husband every day is that we're just so good when you put our heads together. Maybe he'll see things that I don't, and maybe I'll see things that he doesn't. And we consult on all of our client cases, and I think that that's just made the experience even better. We're going to make sure together, two heads are better than one, right?
I love it.
So together.
I love that. I love the fact that, the bottom line it comes down to, you don't define success without you. The good people of Kentucky, right? That you've been able to serve. That's what defines your success.
It's an honor.
And this is just some recognition of that. And you guys should be very proud of that accomplishment, right? Because it does say. I love what you said. We don't work hours. We work until the job's done. That's valuable. That's incredibly valuable information. I want to ask you guys, how does someone go about striking a balance in retirement? I mean, I would imagine that's a challenge for people, right?
So a balance between spending and saving or a balance between enjoying your money and enjoying your retirement? I mean, I'm going for the enjoy. We want you to enjoy retirement. So striking that balance, your life, when you're in that work and life balance, I always think about a wheel. And in our life, we talk about how if one spoke and that wheel becomes off, let's say that it's going to be your finances, your health, your family and friends, and then maybe your faith. Well, when we're having those discussions, when one of those things fall off track, if you will, it makes that wheel a little lumpy, and it's just not going to run as smooth. And I think in retirement, making sure that all of those things are also flowing smoothly, that can be key to a successful and wonderful retirement. We're going to talk about all of those things because retirement's just not about money. I get some people that come in, they have this, I don't know, I guess a perception that retirement is an age. I'm going to retire at 63. That's it. 63 is my number. No, you're not if you don't have enough money. Or what if you could retire now? What if you have enough money, you can retire now? We have those conversations as well. So there's no one size fits all or even one size fits most. We're going to sit down with the individual. We're going to have that holistic experience, really listen to what you need. Let's make sure you're on track.
Options. What a beautiful word, right?
It is.
Options. A huge benefit to have those, right?
We have some of the people, too, that are empty nesters, and maybe this is, for their retirement, maybe it's a good way for them to fall back in love and have those experiences that they used to have that they've taken a break from over the years.
Yeah.
And if you've saved right and you have the opportunity, it's a good thing.
Rob, you romantic, you.
I am.
So it's back to the dating again, which I think that's fantastic. That's a wonderful point too, Rob. Let me ask you guys this part. What do you say to the individual out there? What do you say to somebody who says, well, you know what, guys, I don't have children. I don't have a spouse. Why do I need a plan?
Because it's your money, it's your retirement, and we want to make sure that you don't outlive your money. It's individual, it's as a couple, just depending on your lifestyle and where you're at. And we get that quite a bit. We've got you've heard the old cat lady, she lives with her 20 cats, and we do have a few of those. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
That's actually fantastic. If you're happy, and we want to make sure that your retirement's going to be successful, regardless of where you are in your life or how you've chosen to enjoy that path.
Yeah, to get a little, maybe a lesser known secret, I'm that old cat man, okay? I have a beautiful little Persian cat at home, me and my wife, named Lily. She's Lily White, and we just love her to death. So I could totally relate to the cat thing. You guys, we're going to take a break here in a second, but do me a favor and remind the good folks out there what you're offering them today.
Yes, so we have a complimentary review for you. We would love to come in no matter what stage you're in. Please give us a call at 877-893-5099.
And you're going to get a complimentary copy of your book, right?
We are, the Retirement Train. It's right here. We're going to make sure that you are on track. And I think reading the Retirement Train is going to give you that information that you're really hungry for. So we're excited to share this with you. Let's get you in, get your complimentary review. And for those of you that are looking for that second opinion, that's what we're here for as well.
You know, I wonder if I could give you this giant eraser. What would you do with it? Would you use it on doubt? You have doubt maybe in your life at all, anywhere. Man, it'd be great to erase it. And you can do that. It starts right now by taking the action to call 877-893-5099. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place, then help determine if you are well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision. So why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you are getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
Welcome back, everybody, to Powerful Legacy TV. Again, I'm your host, 𝗂𝐿𝐥𝐵H𝐴RD, and thank you so much for being with us today. And a special thank you to our guests, Mr. Rob 𝗕𝗂𝗏 and Kristina 𝗕𝗂𝗏 of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. You guys, you know, in the break, just some people out there that's kind of just near and dear to my heart. I'm sorry if I get a little emotional, but people have been through a lot. A lot of folks out there have been through a lot. And you know what? A lot of us might feel disconnected. And you might have been through those things yourself. And now we want you to know you're not alone. And you're not disconnected. Don't believe any of that stuff. There are people who love you, care about you, right there in your neighborhood. All you got to do is reach out. If you have fears, concerns, worries, whatever it is, it's good to just talk to people. Put down your phone. Start to having that conversation again. Ask people how their day's going, you know, and let people get to know you and how your day's going. Because there are people who do care, a lot of us. And I know I'm bringing this up, Kristina, because you brought it up. You're the one who brought up what I just talked about.
Yes.
And I want you to talk to the folks out there that they're on their own, they're individuals, right?
Absolutely. When we're out in the community especially, I'm seeing a lot of mostly single females or even widowed females. And when you're coming to these seminars, getting information, I know you're looking for something. Sometimes you're looking for a relationship, and it's my pleasure to give that to you as well. We just completely blur the line between clients and family because our clients become our family. It's wonderful. And I have a lady, she specifically comes to my mind, and you're going to get me emotional there, but she doesn't have anyone. She doesn't have children. She doesn't have any siblings, and she calls us just for no reason about everything.
I love it.
I will tell you, I adore her. She's a fantastic lady.
I love
and
it.
you know, we've just become like family. And she had actually been scammed. And I'm hearing this from a lot of my seniors. And she had been scammed, so terribly hurt, lost tens of thousands of dollars. And we were able to pull her out of those trenches and show her that you can have faith in people and take good care of people. And we take care of people like they are our family because they are. And I think that that just makes it an even more special experience because you know that you're always going to get that treatment from us.
Kristina, that says a lot about you. That says a whole lot about you guys, that people care enough just to call to talk to you.
They do.
And that says a lot.
And then when you come in, you also, when you're telling your stories or giving us the information, you can even hold Zeus, our office dog that comes in with us every day.
Zeus is his name?
Zeus, yes. He's this small Shih Tzu poodle mix, and he is a wonderful dog.
Yeah.
And people love to come in and just see him and hold him and pet him.
That's beautiful.
That's the
stuff.
best part about social media. And, you know, we're just real normal people and have our real, very normal family. And it's so hilarious because people will tell us as we're out and about in the community through TV, radio, seminars, whatever. They'll come in and say, "Oh, I saw that picture of your husband and Zeus taking a nap on a Saturday," and that's when he finds out about it.
That's beautiful. That's okay, Rob. I got a lot of those photos out there too.
But we just love, and I'm seeing so many people. It's almost a therapeutic experience too, because maybe they've lost their dog. Our neighbor,
Yeah.
she lost one of her dogs not too long ago, and she loves to come over and hold on to our baby too. And you know, we value our fur children just like our own. Sometimes better. He doesn't
They don't talk
to
back,
us.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't give you that opinion that you don't want. No. Yeah, you know, I want to just dispel something real quick. I mean, you don't get to go over this. We're going to get it out of there. You know, emotion is a normal thing. Mm-hmm. You look for people that have emotion to care. Because caring is a good thing. It's not what you talk about. It's what you feel here. And that's okay. If you're hurting, that's okay. It's part of life. But to know there's hope. That's what we're talking about here. There's hope. There are people out there. There are lovely dogs like Zeus that we can hold. There are people who want to have conversations with you. They want to know what's going on in your life because it is interesting to them. So if there are people out there telling you that, emotion, that's too, baloney, get away from that lie. The reality is you're normal. It's all normal. It's okay. The bottom line is we want you to know it's okay, don't we, guys?
We do.
Yeah, we do. And our parents have always taught us, I mean, both of our fathers were in the military, so we're so grateful for them and their service, and we value our military. But one of the things that they always told us was don't get too big for your britches or don't live above your raisins.
Ooh.
And when we're talking to other people, we absolutely expect you to understand that that's what we're looking into. We want to make sure that you're not going to be without those expectations of love and family and being cared for and having those emotional conversations. Money's very emotional. I see a lot of people that cry. We keep the tissues on the conference room table now because it's such a big stage. I think about probably the biggest stage of my life was when I had my first child. And just when I thought that I was going to be, I mean, just full of love, here comes the next one. And he was a trick, actually. I think that they were trying to, if he would have come first, I would have never had another. But then here comes the third, my blessing, our 12-year-old. He's so wonderful, and we've had such a great relationship and great influence. And he didn't come from my womb, but he's my baby, and he knows it. So you talk about being a mama's boy. All of my boys are mama's boys, and they know it. I don't know if it's because I'm a pushover or what it is, but our clients become family like so.
That's important. Nothing wrong with being a mama's boy. That's a good thing to be. The bottom line is, though, today is the day that you change your life by getting your complimentary review with Kristina, Rob, and the team. Join the family today, won't you? 877-893-5099. They'll be waiting on your call. Thank you so much for being with us today. Be well and enjoy your retirement.